I'm not putting on my mask because I don't have corona. I checked repeatedly, so I'm not a danger to you. And the wind is coming from here to there. So I'm not receiving your coronas from that side. That's why I'm not putting on the mask. Otherwise, I have it. I have my mask here. Now, the Bible says, you people of little faith. I know the Bible in Nyankori, I don't know what's the problem with Africans. How they can sit here like maggots and they are dying and they are waiting for Europeans to save them. If the Europeans don't get a vaccine, we shall die and all will get finished. If they don't get a solution, we shall die. This one I cannot accept. I really feel infuriated when I see Africans sitting here waiting to die if the Europeans don't find a solution. The Nyankore word is Oksugai Gansa. When you are supposed to do the work, you say so and so should be the one to do it. This one I cannot accept. I was not a soldier, but when the army failed here in Uganda, we became soldiers to show that you can have an army which is an army but also disciplined. We did it. We were not soldiers. But the army was a disgrace. So we became soldiers for a mission, not looking for pay, not looking for what. So to find people here seated when they are dying and they are waiting for Europeans to discover the medicine. If they don't, we shall die. What sort of mentality is that? That's why I call it slave mentality. This is a mentality of slaves. Uganda now we defend ourselves. In the areas where I've been active, I made sure of self-sufficiency. Uganda is not defended by the UN. Imagine African countries are defended by United Nations. People are sitting there. If the United Nations does not come, we shall die. And they really die, seriously. Die today, die tomorrow, die. The UN has been in Congo for the last 60 years, since the killing of Lumumba, defending Congolese. I cannot allow UN to come to Uganda to defend us. Because what are you for? If you can't defend yourself, what are you for? So we are self-sufficient in defense. This region is full of chaos, but we are here. Nobody can touch us because we are confident we can defend ourselves against external threats and internal disruption. So this ideology of self-sufficiency is something I would like to really appeal to you to infect, because if you can be infected by corona, can I also infect you with self-confidence, so that you don't wait for foreigners to come and solve your problems? Huh? Imagine some people have been coming here that they want to mediate between me and opposition. Mediate why? I don't want any mediation. Everybody knows my address. I know the address of these opposition people. I can drive there and we talk. We don't need any mediation. It's an insult to tell me of mediation. So now when we come to Nambatia, natural products for modern science. Well, I studied biology long ago, 50 years ago. That's when I last studied biology. But I know that this is not the first time that natural products are used for modern medicine. Our scientists are aware of this. Quinine, where did quinine come from? Quinine came from a plant in South America. Is it called chinchona? How do you pronounce it? Huh? My doctor here is saying chincona. For me, I was calling it chinchona. That's where the quinine came from. To help the Europeans come and conquer us because malaria had defeated them. But when they got quinine, they were able to come and conquer the Wakayambas here. The people of disability, Africans, can't defend themselves. How about penicillin? Penicillin is from a natural product. From Orhumbo. Is it, I don't know how you call it in English. Mold? Mold. The Nyankoro word is Orhumbo. That's where penicillin came from. Was it discovered by the other man? Was it Sir Ian Fleming or one of those people? I'm told even insulin was being made from something, some animal parts, insulin for a long time. So to have, and Africa has got the greatest concentration of the biodiversity. There's a fellow who is being frustrated, called Magora, being frustrated by our system here. I hope the permanent secretary of police, I hope you resolve the problem of Magora. Otherwise, I will demonstrate at the Minister of Health.
It was solved, sir.
Huh?
It was solved.
Oh, was because this boy Magora is building a huge factory in Matuga. Exactly you are going to be the richest part of the world because you have got all the biodiversity here. Where you can get medicines that will save the whole world. Here. Now you can hear the slave mentality. That you NBS, whatever you call it, and the other one, National Bank, whatever, that their job is to assess imports. That's their job. They are Muziro. You know our clans have a Muziro. Taboos. Their Muziro is to assess a locally made product. When you bring a locally made product, alteration of Muziro. For Guafe, Guakusaka. Our job is to Kusaka. What sort of? It's a big shame. Those fellows must change. Permanent Secretary, please make sure those people change. Otherwise, I will do something dramatic. Now, regarding this product, I have actually been involved. Because whenever I hear anything good, Museveni will be there. Those Batoro, they told you to stand up. Are they the same ones who came to see me? Ninyo mwezere kundora. Keep your mask on. Don't bring your corona from Toro.
Your Excellency, Bagonza was not able to travel because we were informed quite late, but we have represented him, myself, Ambassador Katenta Puli, and Mauda Karungi. We are here, sir. We are not the group that came to see you.
Ninyo bezere kundora.
Nangwa wait.
Betu murahamu nawo.
Murahamu.
Now, this was like how far back? So like half a year. When they came, Museveni, when did they? Which month was it?
Your Excellency, they came in March.
Yes, long ago they came. They said, we have been using this product to cure. I don't want to tell you what they are curing. Let's first finish this one. But that they have been curing this one, the other one. Then I said, you give me some names who have been cured. They gave me some names. Some people have been cured. Because this product, if what they are claiming is true, seems to have antiviral capacity, but also somehow controlling the other problem of, you call it cytokine storm? Cytokine storm, where the body overreacts and produces a lot of fluids, and then you die from your own fluids, suffocating your lungs. So actually it took so long. It's from March. This is now almost a whole year. What was the problem, number two? But because of the slave mentality, tell us what was the problem. Number two, don't fear. You know, they fear talk about from March. This is a long time ago.
Your Excellency, part of the problem is procurement of standards, because these standards currently cannot be ferried by air. They are tagged as hazardous material. Meanwhile, we need them to be able to confirm to the regulators. And again, a validation of a natural product scientifically was happening for the first time in the country. So,
what is the first one?
The what?
The first problem is what?
Procurement of standards.
What are standards?
And when you are validating a natural product, you need a marker, a biomarker that confirms to you that yes. For example, if I want to know that NRM is there, yellow is a marker. So, key markers for this product.
Like these are proteins or what? What are you looking for?
Peptides. They are peptides.
Some products.
Some proteins.
Some type of
proteins.
They are proteins.
Yes, that will confirm to the world that yes, what you are talking about is that.
And you need reagents to do that.
Yes, and at the beginning of March, as you know, lockdown, but then of course when lockdown lifted, these standards are earmarked as hazardous, and they can only come in through the long route of by sea somehow.
They can't come by air.
Can't come by air.
Okay, thank you. So anyway, thank you. So those Batoro, they brought that rumor to my office, and I said, okay, you now go and confirm. So what did you do from that time, Nambatia? Don't go into the details, but tell us what you did. When the Batoro came and made those very dramatic claims. It's actually dramatic. If it is true, oh.
Actually, from then on, we worked very closely with Dr. Museveni.
When we were in the bush, we used to sing a chiri musiko, chiri watuka. And said kankana. Umana li tanyina. Now, so what was the problem? What did you do after that?
After that, we looked at other chemical analysis where we could probably identify those markers without those standards. And government analytical laboratories, National Drug Authority, where I'm a board member, Dr. Museveni, we all teamed up. They supported us so much to come up with a product, because as I talk, the standards will arrive next week. But we've been able to work just closely together. And Your Excellency, another thing that really supported this, I want to commend the director of this hospital. When we came in to ask for space, he said, "Can you come tomorrow?" So, and the clinicians, Dr. Bruce heading the Pulmonary Institute, because you can't think of medical doctors thinking of pulling you, together, but they've all been game changers.
What they were claiming is that they have been healing patients.
Yes.
Okay, you sit down.
What we did also, we documented stories. Previously, we hadn't documented them. Now we've documented them, and the clinicians have been able to listen.
Did you talk to those people who said they were healed?
Yes.
You even brought some to me.
Yes, I even brought some, and there have been some from Ngora. We supported a health worker in Ngora to work with the RDC of Ngora,
the woman you brought to me was from where?
He works for bank. She works for Bank of Uganda.
Okay.
But one thing, Your Excellency, people from Kabalore.
Don't reveal too much. Don't reveal too much.
Okay.
Thank you. Because they brought to me. You know me. I am also like the other man, Thomas, the one of the Bible, the one who didn't believe Jesus. He said, "If you are really Jesus, you show me the scars, because you were nailed. Where are the scars? Show me the scars." So I challenge these people. You show me the one who has been healed. And they brought to me a specimen, a human being who was walking. And I had a long talk with that person. But I thought they would have moved, but it has taken so long. This was in March. Now, but you see, but even Museveni is a specimen. She has used it for some condition. She gets some, she told me, she has got some allergies, and she has used this product. You told me. So that's a living specimen who is walking here. And so she's here. Now, the slavery, procurement. You see, this is how neo-colonies are. The colonies, the banana republics. These wonderful people, so-called procurement law, they say, what do they call them? They are called what? Tenders. Every procurement, there must be a tender. Idiocy. If you are procurement beans, yes, you can have tenders, kamwenge, what? But you are procuring the other machine. What is the other machine? Museveni, the one for oligo what?
It's called Dr. Oligo, Your Excellency.
Huh?
It's called Dr. Oligo.
Dr. Oligo. What is it for?
It makes PCR diagnostic kits.
Uh-huh. Now, you are procuring doctor, whatever that one. Now, this one is made by how many people in the world? You tell us.
Your Excellency, there is only one company that makes this particular equipment.
There's one company which makes them in the world, or two. So there are some parasites here in the town called business people. That these are the ones tendering to supply a machine which is made by one manufacturer in the world. Why don't you go to the manufacturer yourself? Idiots. Procurement. Disgusting. You can see that these people. It's so good that we are here in the town. If we were in the bush, how can anybody even spend an afternoon wasting time with such idiocy? That's procurement law. This procurement was made by slaves. Procurement law. So, but also a lot of corruption. A lot of corruption. The so-called financial controls. The wonderful people, clever people, Uganda government cannot pay unless you have supplied. They are talking about beans. Beans with weevils here, with the mungwe. Of course, for those you can say, I will not pay you unless you have supplied. But if I'm buying an Airbus which is, I think, $60 million, an aeroplane, how will you tell the Airbus company to say, you manufacture, supply, I will pay you after you have supplied? You are just an idiot. Nobody will do that. That law is good for beans and posho and things like that, but not for serious procurement of, for instance, aeroplanes. Aeroplanes, to agree to manufacture for you, you must pay 30% down payment. I think it is 15%, and then you keep adding your. So the people who are so-called procurement people, how can they not know this? So when they were buying those machines like this one, which we want for our vaccine, they brought that noise. I said, go to hell. I don't want to hear that. I order you go and pay for it. Forget about that idiotic so-called procurement law. So please, now that with this new mandate, I don't want to hear this nonsense. You must build an independent Uganda. Yes, we can interact with other people where we can't do by ourselves, but let's not go on with this shallowness. Now, so we are now working on the vaccines. My people are working on the vaccines. Yes, the ones of the Europeans are going on, but our people are also working independently. And by the way, when those missionaries were ordering those machines, and the other people were ordering some of the other things, they were told, but these are not for Africa. Do you know? These are not for Africa. We don't sell this to Africa. That's what they said. Africa is the land of slaves. That's what they were telling them. But I said, no, for me, I have my friends. If some of those people don't want to sell to us, I will go to some other people. I even spoke to the Prime Minister of India. We shall not accept dependency. So therefore, we are working on this one here, the therapeutic. This is one of them. There are many others. We are working on the vaccine by ourselves or with collaboration with others. You already hear about the diagnostics. I think they have already moved some good distance. So I want to thank everybody involved. You are involved in a liberation struggle of a new type. Intellectual liberation struggle. Getting out of slavery and dependence. Now finally, in this Sanja, you will hear some wars. One of my targets will be to ensure that our scientists are well paid. I will no longer tolerate a situation of scientists who are worried about what to eat, what to put on. When I came from the bush, I found some scientists at Kawanda. I don't want to mention their names. One had a shoe which was like this. But he was there working. I don't want those scientists. Even if we don't have enough money, our scientists must get enough pay. Because they are the one, if you see the problems we have had in the last year, we had locusts in Karamoja. Who helped us to defeat the locusts? Some of our scientists and the army. They are the ones who helped us to defeat the locusts. Then we had the floods, which were threatening to destroy our power stations. The high water levels. Who helped us? Our engineers actually, who helped us with that water. Now with this corona, who are helping us? Our doctors. I want to thank the doctors. Those doctors have worked so hard. Worked so hard. There was one of them whom I used to talk to at Entebbe. What is his name? That wonderful, that gentleman. I just talked to one of them from at Entebbe. Now recently, when I looked for him, they had taken him to Somalia. He had been poached and taken to Somalia. He told me he trained at the University of Dar es Salaam from Entebbe. So you can see that on these frontline struggles, people are helping either the scientists or the soldiers or the security personnel. And yet they are the ones who are least well paid. Then you find talkers, just talkers. If you stand up and talk. You are paid for talking nothing. That one I will not accept. The scientists it's one of my 7 priorities. I will tell the MPs, the NRM MPs about my seven priority areas. So, with these remarks and some quarreling, it is now my pleasure to do what Museveni. What do I do? What do I do?
Thank you, Excellency. We have the products, and because we could not take you to give the first dose in the hospital, but you'll hand over the product to the clinical team and the protocol which they are going to follow. Dr. Chirenga?
Let me get my mask in case Chirenga brings me corona.
He has.
Chirenga, come. I'm now equipped. Chirenga, come. It is now my pleasure. Corona. It is now my pleasure to hand UBV dash 01 November
And
01N to this man whom I'm keeping at a distance in case he has got corona.